It's currently 9:50 p.m. I spent the morning and afternoon hours working on first the back of the jersey for the third Josh Allen polystyrene drawing. Then I did the leggings. And that brought me to about 2:30 p.m., which was the time in which I started feeling kind of tired. I have since not done any more work on the drawing because I fell asleep roughly around 3 p.m. And then I woke up around 8:15 p.m. But then I fell back asleep. And then I think I woke up around 9 p.m. Dad went to his parents' place today. This is some chicken and rice that Dad's mom made. It all tastes pretty good. In terms of what I worked on today, I believe I might have first finished the Allen text today, and by that I mean I drew the box for it using this Sharpie marker and then colored the box in using these Sharpie markers. And then I used a black ultrafine Sharpie marker in order to draw the 1 and the 7 for the 17 text. I think I centered the numbers. It just looks a little off center because the 7 is much wider than the 1. I used a black ultrafine Sharpie marker and then a red fine Sharpie marker and then a red ultrafine Sharpie marker to fill in air holes for the 17. Drew this line using this Sharpie marker because I noticed there was a sort of line between the air hole and the non-air hole part of the jersey, and the line was like that. In the pictures I saw. If I remember correctly, doing the back of the jersey brought me to until the time I woke up, which I actually think was probably around 3 or 4 in the morning, because I fell asleep during the first hours of today. And then I had coffee roughly from 6 in the morning, around that time, to probably around 10 in the morning. Must have been a few cups that I got from a pot Dad made over a course of a few hours. Then from noon to roughly 2:30 p.m., I did the back of the leggings, which extended a bit into the sides, because I noticed it was like that in the pictures I've looked up of Josh Allen for reference. Yeah, I remember around noon. I had a few slices of pizza that Dad got from Salvatore's. One slice was sausage and bacon. I think the other two were pepperoni and bacon, if I recall correctly. This is a chef salad Dad got the other day at Wegmans. I microwaved those 3 slices of pizza off of a paper plate. I microwaved those 3 slices for a minute and a half. And I think at around 11:30 in the morning, or actually, now that I think about it some more, it was actually around 11 in the morning, Dad called me to let me know that somebody notified him that at 10:30 in the morning, somebody delivered a box to his house. Though they delivered it to the side door. So I initially didn't find the box because I assumed they would drop it off by the front door. I think it took maybe 30 seconds for me to find that box. And it was while on the phone with Dad when he reminded me of that side door. And the box is for that toaster oven that Dad ordered. I think online from somewhere. The box for the toaster oven was smaller than the box for the microwave. And I got my yellow shirt a bit damp while carrying that box into the house through the front door. If I recall, that box was wrapped in plastic and kind of wet. Because these days it tends to be rainy and overcast to the point where at around 10:30 in the morning, I still felt the need to keep that light that I have on because though I could still see with that artificial light off, I felt like I needed to have it on in order to do an ideal job. On most of the back for Josh Allen. My third polystyrene drawing of him. I think at that time I was working on the back of the jersey. I think I was doing something pretty crucial. At the time, I was filling in the space between the air holes, which I essentially made by drawing hollow circles with this Sharpie marker. When I got to this last line of air holes, I considered adding another row of air holes, but then I decided to leave it because on the back of the jersey there is actually a sort of non-air hole gap, between gap before the bottom of the jersey meets the beginning of the leggings. And on the back of the leggings, mostly, there's also air holes according to the pictures that I've seen. According to the pictures of Josh Allen that I've been using as reference images throughout this whole process. I'm just about done with the drawing because all I have left to draw are the cleats. It's just a matter of deciding exactly how those cleats should look, and then I just have to color in, do the details of Josh Allen's playbook as quarterback. I think it's just at around 2:30 p.m. I started to feel a little tired. And I wasn't sure exactly what to do at the time. So I ultimately decided to go to bed around 3 p.m. Around 6 in the morning, I had some granola cereal with whole milk. This tends to be something that Dad buys regularly at Wegmans. Along with other things. From my recollection, he'll also buy steaks if it doesn't have too much fat. As for current plans with the Josh Allen drawing, the current plan is to basically do the cleats that I did for the second Josh Allen drawing, but with some changes. Particularly in regards to the laces. And maybe instead of outlining them with an ultra-fine black Sharpie marker, due to desires to keep both the front of the cleats and the laces the same color, maybe I'll make the front of the cleat default blue and the laces more like midnight blue / purple. Also, I replaced one of my episodic buildings with my evolvable one of my evolvable buildings with the one I was given for this episodic quest. Doesn't seem to change much until stage 7. It seems it'll eventually have what the previous evolvable building produced for me. At the start of this minigame, there seemed to be some sort of tutorial. At least that's the vibe I got. Maybe it's just coincidental. But that's how it feels to me. At least for this bit. I keep mixing up this button for this button. And my plan for this event, as with previous events, with this particular minigame, is to only buy this bundle. It's the most efficient. As for how to best use the items I get in those bundles, I'm not entirely sure. It is somewhere between 9 and 10 at night. I went downstairs to visit my dad in the living room, and during a conversation, he told me that Aunt Janet had emailed a smallish envelope with a handwritten message on the front of the envelope itself, and it contained a $50 bill, which was payment for the third Santa polystyrene drawing, which I did for Aunt Janet. I stored that small envelope somewhere within the attic, since Dad didn't want to keep it someplace within his living room.